Everybody is just naturally an addict. Everybody is addicted to something, and it is usually in the form of content consumption, right? And that is probably one of the most addicting things in this society, because the thing is, we allow it. We don't talk about the dangers of it, so it's addictive. You've spent your fair share of time here on YouTube, and you know exactly what I'm talking about when I do say that. So what are your viewers even looking for, right? Your viewers are looking for a hit. So when you think of it, it's kind of like you got to be some like ADHD child, right? Sorry, hopefully that's not offensive to any of you guys. And you just got to be, got to be a little bit of an ADHD child. You got to be changing your scenery, what you're doing constantly. You have to be telling 2 stories, sometimes even 3 stories all at the same exact time. And how do you do that? Well, if I wasn't too lazy to do it, it would be in the form of something like what I'm doing. As I'm talking to you guys about content creation and how you can gain your first 1,000 subs super fast, I might also at the same exact time be telling an unspoken story about how I'm writing my own story, or maybe I'm working on self-improvement. This has just been my focus, and part of that is I'm just writing goals upon goals and pages, and I've got sticky notes that don't even mean anything out of the requirement of my own needs, you know? And in that sense, you really do have to think of it as though you are always unsatisfied with what you're doing while you're filming. Like you yourself can't focus, just like you, the viewer. And I think just like that, you can't build a house if you don't have the right tools, and the same thing would be with YouTube. You can't build a profitable YouTube channel if you don't have the right tools, and at least if you aren't using them correctly. If you don't have the right tools, whatever. Let me just jump right into it, okay? So that number one thing that I'm talking about is the right tools, right? So some of you guys might be asking yourselves, what are the right tools? What are the tools that I should be using that I'm currently not? One of the tools that has been really profitable for me is vidIQ. It helps me kind of keep track of the analytics, helps me create better titles, and it helps me create and actually tells me if my thumbnails are trash or not, which is super helpful if you ask me. Not only that, one of the things that I think I struggled with at the beginning was tags, right? And I noticed that my channel truly started experiencing some of the most success when I added the right tags. Now, do I think they matter as much as I've grown? I really don't think so. But having the right tags, I mean, it's just, why not? Why would you not add a little bit more? Why would you not try to provide more context for the algorithm to market those videos to the people that need to watch it? So use the right tools. Another really good one would be TubeBuddy. I haven't had much experience with that, to be completely honest. I don't know very much about it, but I have heard that it's really good and efficient for those who are trying to start their channel off. So try that out. But for me, I would just recommend vidIQ. This is completely unsponsored. I'm not making any money off of this. This is just me telling you guys the honest, raw truth. That is 100% your best bet. So download it. It's free. Unless you want to pay the full version, then you also get courses along with it. But other than that, for the freeness of it, you know, it's pretty good. I have to be completely honest. I haven't been the best at, but stay on script, guys. People have a hard time focusing on you if you just can't keep your topic focused, right? Whatever I just said, it did not make sense, but I hope you understand the message I was trying to convey. But stay on script. One of those things you can do is create bullet points, because obviously the script can be very hurtful for you and what you're trying to convey. Script actually might prevent you from actually sharing things off the cuff. Sometimes you need to share a little bit of a story, and the script can't exactly convey that story. What I'm saying is just stay organized. Have the bullet points. Have a couple check boxes. You know, have I talked about staying on script yet? Speaking of that, this sticky note is actually the key to keeping me on script, because I'm a little bit ADHD in and of itself. And so that's very helpful. My next point, and probably one of the best ones, most important ones, is of course, be yourself. It honestly doesn't matter how good your content is, how good your editing is. how good the idea, the execution of the idea is. Nothing is going to set you apart from anybody else if you aren't yourself. So be yourself. Find out who you are. Who do you want to be to those who watch you? So be yourself. Don't be afraid to jump outside of your niche, right? I always have had kind of a controversial opinion as far as the niche, because I really don't feel like niches are very helpful, because it kind of constricts you to one idea. It's like, how long can you actually mentally stably stay alive if you're only focused on one idea when really you are the niche, right? So be yourself. Don't be afraid to talk about random things that you do. Don't be afraid to talk about your hobbies. Likely the people watching you are going to relate with that. And if they feel comfortable, if they can relate with you, then they're going to want to keep watching you, because everybody is really looking for a friend. And I'm actually feeling like I'm seeing that as a pattern and in the YouTube realm. It's like people want the real videos. They want the you videos. So be yourself. You are your best selling tool. And of course, you can't be yourself if you don't analyze yourself. That's the next big thing. Analyze yourself, guys. Recognize, who am I? What am I doing that's right? And that's where I'm going to encourage you to go back to those tools that I talked about earlier. Those tools are going to talk about, maybe what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. It's going to show you those things. And for a new creator like myself, when I was a new creator a year ago, and I still am a new creator, I was very concerned. I was having such a hard time trying to figure out, okay, like, is my content even hitting? Do people even like it? And those analytics honestly just were a bunch of numbers and lines to me. And over time, as I kept analyzing them without really knowing what they were, I started to understand them. Don't be afraid to do your research. Watch videos on what those analytics mean. And don't be afraid to continuously use them even though you don't know what the freak they mean, right? Because eventually you will pick up on the idea of analytics. You'll pick up on what's working and what's not, what kind of videos are actually successful or not, right? And that's really what's going to elevate you and get you to 1,000 subscribers fast. I really just want to talk to you guys about my success and why I even feel like I am worthy of talking about this topic. It's completely built off the fact that just over a year ago, I had a dream. And I wanted to be the most successful I could be. I started thinking about how when I was a child, I wanted so badly to create videos and create content. I wanted to be a movie maker. And YouTube has never made that more possible. YouTube has never made it more possible for anyone to pursue their dreams. You can actually talk about cars for hours on end and people will actually watch it. You can talk about computers. You can talk about how you're writing your first book. You can journal in a lot of ways, vlog in a sense, and create record of yourself for your children, right? And you can do so many things with it. And YouTube has become that outlet for me to express the things that I care about. I want to be completely real with you guys as I close. I don't feel confident in a lot of things I say. I don't feel confident in the videos that I make. Most of the time I feel like I'm just talking to myself. I'm just talking to this wall, even though I know that there's going to be a lot of people who see this. I don't feel confident in my ability of speech, right? And I think it's important to recognize that you're not going to be perfect right off your first go. You're not going to be perfect the first year. You're not going to be perfect the first 5 years. In fact, you will never be perfect. Your content will never be enough to you, but to someone else, just scrolling and looking, it's everything. You might be the reason that they feel inspired to create a channel of their own. You might be the reason that they feel inspired to do something more, right? And that's something that's super important. Is it's hardly ever about you and content creation, and 100% always about the viewer. For what purpose did you start a channel if you didn't want to help someone? If that idea never passed through your mind, and how you help them, that's individual to you, right? How are you going to help someone? What are you worth to them? Content creation is so hard. You feel very lonely. You feel kind of depressed. You get so stuck in your own thoughts and your own mind. And sometimes you really don't feel like you want to keep making videos. But I just want to encourage you guys to continue to make those videos. I made my channel at the beginning of last year. And I didn't expect it to go where it has gone. In fact, I didn't care a whole lot about it. I didn't make content until about May or something like that. And then by the time June hit, I had like a realization. I was like, oh, I want to get serious about this. And that realization has led me so far. It got me into creating content every single day. I was making shorts 7 times a day, and you don't have to do as much as I did to get where I'm at, right? I'm still not where I want to be. But if you want to get to 1,000 subscribers fast, you have to recognize first that it's going to take work. That's going to take a lot of emotional pain. It's going to take a lot, but imagine this. How's it going to feel when you get to the point of success, when you do have all these viewers and subscribers who love and care about the content that you create, and you have money coming in, you've got all these brand deals, you have more than you ever thought you could have, and you're free. I mean, that thought to me, that the idea of freedom makes me so excited. The idea that it's like you can wake up one day, you don't have to worry about waking up on time so you can get to work. Although that's super important no matter what you do. But you could like wake up and actually go do whatever you want. You can learn a new talent. You can go to school just because, you know, heck, why not, right? Because, hey, I've got so much money, it doesn't matter if I fail all my classes. I'm just gonna go to college just to say I wanna learn. How cool would that be? To be like, you know, I feel like going on a vacation today. Let's book a flight to Bolivia. You know what I'm saying? And go on a crazy adventure. That's what I'm doing this for. I want the freedom. And not only the freedom just to do whatever I want, but the freedom to take care of my family and actually be there. Because who wants to be in an office 70% of your children's life? Not me, not you. That's why you're here looking to create content. That's why you're so serious about getting to 1,000 subscribers, because you know that this is the only way you can be free and make money. And there's obviously other ways, but come on. Has there ever been a career that you've coveted more for? Has there ever been a career that people have ever wanted this bad? The answer, no. Anybody and everybody can get to 1,000 subscribers fast. You just got to be dedicated. And I'll see you in the next video.